Well, this is a huge breaking story. I was preparing, obviously, to do a different story altogether, but I really landed onto this, broken by David Austin. Guys, this is what we've been talking about. And when you really get in people that know what to do in their respective positions, this is what you end up getting at the club of Manchester United. These are things that the Glazers never really knew that could change the club of Manchester United. And we had to blame them because they are standing in the positions of power that went ahead to obviously make very bad decisions. All along, we've been here coming in through and really telling you that we're having a problem at the top of the club because we are being run by incompetent people. Ed Woodward, Sir John Matter, Matt Judge, Richard Arnold, and very many others, And as people were going on to select the managers that have been here, I said, you cannot come here and blame the manager because the top is really very, 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 very naive at running the game of football. And guess what? Manchester United have gone ahead to coup Manchester City CEO and is going to be the CEO for the club of Manchester United. Big story. And tell me, would the Glazers would have gone ahead to do this? They wouldn't. But they now have the right people, head of football operations, recruiting right people to do the job. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. In the world of competition, if you want obviously edge your enemy, you need to know exactly what your enemy does. And what you have to do is go to your enemy and convince one of the top people there to really bring the entire blueprint that they're using at Manchester City to bring it at Manchester. What a way to start off with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. And remember, this all started when we knew that it's going to be Jean-Claude as the CEO of Man United. And I think it was yesterday when a story came in through that Manchester United are not looking to make Jean-Claude as a CEO. He's going to be on the board and he's going to be an overseer of this project alongside David Bresfold. Now, that is really, really, really very enticing, very promising, and I'm really excited to really let you know that United have gone ahead to do this. Let's see close to 200 likes. Smash on this video. Story broken by David Austin, and then later Man City have gone ahead to confirm the story. Now, David Austin said Manchester United to name Manchester City's Omar Berrada as the new CEO, led by Ineos with Glazer backing, will take executive leadership of the club plus business, sit on board and report to owners, highly regarded, and many will see as major coup. Now, what else do you want? What else do you want? When we sit here and read certain things, people come out and say, what does Wakanda about the game of football? Guys, the world is now a global village. It's very easy to know how a proper club is run if at all you obviously spare some time and go on Google and obviously search on how the new teams that are really performing better are doing. Now, these are things that Man City have been doing for years. And this guy has been at Manchester City before even Pep Guardiola, I think, came in through. And it was Pep Guardiola who recommended him to Manchester City that before I arrive, go to Barcelona and get me the people I was working with. And this was one of the people that really came in through to obviously get everything up and running. Now, after that, Fabrizio Romano went ahead and obviously put in a post or a tweet coming in through from this website of Manchester City. Official, Manchester City can confirm Omar Berrada has resigned from his role as a chief football operations officer at City Football Group. Berrada will join Manchester United as CEO. Decision made as he informed City during talks. Now, I told you that if the right people come at the club of Manchester United, no one will be ignoring to come and really play for us. That is it. All work with us. Look, this has been a CEO for Manchester City, the best club in the world right now, but he has gone ahead to really relieve all down tools at Manchester City, and he has decided to come in through at a club that has not gone ahead to win a Premier League in the last 10 years. Does that make sense in your head? He has not been. Hear me out. He has been at Manchester City. They've gonna hate to win close to, I think, 7 or 8 of the last Premier League titles, because I think there is Liverpool, there is Chelsea, and there is Leicester City. So out of the 10 seasons that Manchester United have spent without winning the Premier League, Manchester City have gone ahead to win 7 of those. But the CEO, who has been the mastermind of them doing that, has thrown in the towel and said, let me go to the club of Manchester United. I believe that's where I'm going to find my peace. Isn't that a huge information and a huge clarification that when you are on this channel, you'll obviously get the best? Because these are things that we are complaining in here for, that the top people at the club are really doing us a disservice. And guess what? It has been confirmed that the coming in of Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone ahead to fish out the best people. And this is what we need. The blueprint at Manchester City is going to be brought into the club of Manchester United. And I know why this guy left, because he knows that if everything that is at Manchester City is put at Man United, no club in the world is going to be close to Manchester United, especially in the Premier League. We are going to be one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I really like this. Now, let me bring you a little bit of a snippet of who this guy is, as described by the side of Manchester City. And this is how Manchester City have gone ahead to describe Omar Berrada. They've said, Omar Berrada is Chief Football Operations Officer at City Football Club. Prior to this, Omar was Chief Operating Officer of Manchester City Football Club, having been promoted in September 2016 from Commercial Director for City Football Marketing. Omar worked at Barcelona for almost 8 years as a Senior Media Business Development Manager and as the Head of Sponsorship during a very successful era for the Catalan club. Omar's expertise in sponsorship and media rights reflects 11 years of senior level experience in sports industry and 5 years in the telecommunications sector with the companies Tiscali and World Online. He has a track record in negotiating complex and innovative partnerships with leading brands and companies. Having lived in 6 different countries, Omar is multilingual, speaking 5 languages. So this is the profile of the guy. He worked at Barcelona. He has been working at Manchester City. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe has gone ahead to say, if my first strike should go at Manchester City, and he'd fish out someone, to bring him at Manchester United to tell us exactly what is being done at the club of Manchester City. And that is what a credible guy does. Before you talk about Erik ten Hag, before you talk about the players, all we need is first getting a person at the club of Manchester City who is at the helm at running the football matters there, and he'll let us know exactly what this club does. And he's going to become the new CEO of the club of Man United. And this is why I tell you that it's a very huge movement into the right direction, because we now have a person who has a blueprint of Manchester City. You get? He's coming into the club of Manchester United, and I tell you, it's not because of money. He has made it for his legacy, because he wants to be part of one of the biggest football brands in the world, and he wants to get us back to where we deserve to be. Because if it was money, we all know Abu Dhabi has a lot of money. They do have a lot of money. You get? And Omar Berrada has chosen history over money. That is it. Now, where does this leave Erik ten Hag? I want to really bring you a quote around 2019-2020 when Pep Guardiola was asked on who he believes he can become his replacement at the club of Manchester City. Do you know who said? He said Erik ten Hag, meaning that Man City have been following this manager, and no sooner had Pep Guardiola went ahead to obviously talk about him, this former CEO at Manchester City was in place to obviously know exactly how good this manager is. All what he knows is Ten Hag is a good manager. Pep Guardiola respects him. We can play good football, and he's now going to come and really give Erik Ten Hag exactly what he wants. So the days of mourning are over. A lot of things are really going to change. That's why I told you that I don't want to see us sign any player during the January transfer window. And some of you said, no, we should sign players. Why should we sign players before we really do what we call a full assessment of what has been happening at the club of Manchester United? Let's use these 5-6 months to obviously ratify everything that really went wrong. Let's make a list of players that we want to bring in. Let's obviously come in through and get the business going. And in the summer, we can get in play. Even if we don't play in UEFA Europa League next season, don't play in the Champions League, that doesn't matter to me. What matters is we are not going in for a quick fix. Now, we are in for a real fix. Whether it takes how many years, God knows. But I tell you, if you're having Erik Ten Hag and you get him right people at his top, expect lots of magic to happen in the club of Man United. Because if he was at Ajax and he had right people and they never had a huge budget and he reached the Champions League semi-final, how is he gonna perform if at all he gets into the club of Manchester United that has a very huge budget and it has the history and it has the levels to bring in quality players? Sometimes it's not all about playing the Champions League or what, but it's all about who you have to convince a player to come and join you. Now, when you have in the Omar Berradas of this world, if at all we can get in Paul Mitchell, if at all we can get in Neil Ashton and very many others, those people are reputable in as far as running football clubs are really concerned. Now, after all that, Ten Hag will get in players he wants. He'll get in players on time. As you see, City, they've been negotiating deals even before the summer transfer window really comes to pass. For example, the deal of Haaland was negotiated and completed in March 2022, and everything was done and dusted. It was agreed with Borussia Dortmund. Julian Alves was signed in January 2022, and they left him there to be there for some 6 months, and then he came in through and we returned, and joined Manchester City. So this is real. That you need an expert who is going to hate to do it elsewhere, the big club, to elevate your team to where you want it to be. And this is really the biggest story that we'll ever want to get via this weekend. And guys, I don't know what your thoughts are, as Manchester United has gone ahead to obviously do what we call a transfer coup for the Manchester City CEO, and is going to be the new CEO of Manchester United. So guys, your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. It has been a recording of like 13-14 minutes. I'm really excited and I'm over the moon. If you've gonna hate to see that smile, you obviously know what I'm holding. So your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later as the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Welcome Omar Berrada as the new CEO for the club of Manchester United. Big up to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Big up to Jim Ratcliffe. Big up to John Cloud. Big up to David Brasfold, because you people are doing what we've always gonna hate to cry for here. And now you'll know that fans of nowadays do know football than the people that own the club of Manchester United. It is something that we've been talking about for years. But in the first 30 days of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he has gone ahead to rectify it, meaning that he is a man who knows exactly how football projects are being run in the world. Ciao, ciao.